Hi there, this is Sally from Hearty Lady, coaching services for ambitious women who are looking to bring more health and balance into their busy lives. So today I want to talk to you about time management and fulfillment. Most of us know exactly what we want in life, and we know also where we are right now, but one of the key factors preventing us from bridging that gap is actually time. We're always saying we don't have enough time. The thing with me is that people who actually know me personally, they know that I'm seriously stingy with my time. Now, I don't mind giving up money, I don't mind giving up advice or anything, but time is actually something that is really hard for me to just give like this. So when someone asks me something, I have to think twice about, okay, do I really want to do it? And the reason is because I'm telling you, time is the most precious gift we have, because think about it, your health will come and go. Like one day you will feel amazing, the next day you have something, you catch a cold. And the same with money. One day you have enough money, the following day you're worried about how to pay your bills. Things just change in life. And the same with relationship as well. Like one day you just love each other, the next day you are mad at each other, and then the following day you love each other. But your time, your 20s, once they're gone. So really, I don't know about you ladies, but I honestly think that everyone should start being super stingy with their time and really filter out, what am I doing with my time? Am I wasting my time? Or am I doing something that is really helping me feel better and having an impact? And I mean, whatever is important to you, but at least pay attention to where you're putting your time. And the funny thing is, we think that we are not feeling well, we're not feeling amazing because we are too busy. But if you look at people's life, like Mother Teresa, she was extremely busy, but I don't think she was actually half depressed like the way we are sometimes, or just working on autopilot like the way we do it today. I think she was really passionate about what she was doing, and because of that, she didn't mind it. So just keep that in mind next time you feel like, okay, you know what, I'm just too busy and that's why I'm actually feeling the way I'm feeling. No, it's probably because you're not spending your time in a way that is actually fulfilling you and helping you feel better. Now, before you can actually start thinking about changes that you could actually implement to make things better, you have to understand first, where are you spending your time today? And that's what I want to discuss with you today. How do you evaluate, how do you assess your time today and where you're spending it? So let's talk about the 4 quadrants of time management. The first one is actually what could be categorized as being urgent and important. So these are all the emergencies in your life, like all the crises that you're going through. It could be a divorce, it could be that you have to take care of someone who is actually ill at the hospital, or even it could be yourself. It could be financial crisis, like the loss of a job. These are things that requires your attention 100% of you. You cannot just sit there and say, okay, you know what, I'm just going to spend a little bit of time on this thing and then do something else. No, these emergencies require full attention, and it requires you to just put everything else on standby. So you're no longer living, but you're actually surviving. Keep in mind that it doesn't have to be something as big as being at the hospital or things like that. It could be your child is throwing a tantrum in the middle of the street, and then what else can you do? You have to focus on that actually, and everyone else is staring at you. It could be a flat tire, and when you're just standing there in the middle of a road, and just not being able to go anywhere to do anything, you just have to wait, and your entire life is sort of like put on pause. Now, ideally, you don't want to spend more than 20% of your time dealing with emergencies, because as I said, you're no longer living, you're just surviving. Now, here's the thing, you need to evaluate, and I'm going to give you a tool to do that. How much time are you actually spending dealing with emergencies? Is it more than 20%, or are you actually right at 20%, a little bit less? Like, just try to find out exactly right now in your day-to-day life, how much time are you spending dealing with emergency, and what can you do to prevent that in the future? The next category of things is actually things that are important but not urgent. And because they're not urgent, we tend to just put them back on the back burner. Now, here's the thing. These are things like spending time with your loved one, doing things that will actually relax you, taking care of your health, exercising, planning your finance, like anything that would actually help you prevent things from becoming urgent and important. And now here's the thing. You want to spend about 60% of your time in this category. You want to be working on things that are important but not urgent. This will actually allow you to prevent the number of things that will become emergencies later. For instance, if you don't take care of your relationship, at some point they will become emergencies, because This is where you wake up one day and you're like, okay, this person is mad at me because I haven't called, I haven't visited for so long. Or it could be that now I'm going through a relationship crisis with my spouse. And all of this could have been prevented maybe if we had spent more time when it was not an urgency actually working on it. It could be that your finances, you did not plan for it. You did not really prepare. It could be that you didn't take care of your health. Like all of these things that are actually important and really do matter for your life, for your well-being, but they are not urgent, unfortunately. Sorry, or fortunately I should say, because when they become urgent, it becomes a crisis. Now, the third category are things that are urgent but not important. And unfortunately, we actually do spend a lot of time in here. These are things like chores, or, sometimes you just waste so much time in futile discussions or things that really don't add any value at all. Asking questions that really will not benefit you at all, or just looking at things that don't matter. Sometimes you just spend time just chatting with someone, and at the end you just look at yourself and you're like, okay, that was a total waste of my time. Okay, so you can also have things like paperwork. Oh my god, sometimes they ask you to fill up so many papers for the same thing, just repeating yourself, and it's a total waste of your time. Now here the thing, you don't want to spend more than 15% of your time in these type of things, okay? Because it simply won't make any difference in your life. So use the tool that comes with this video to actually help you assess and evaluate properly how much time are you spending in each category. Now let's move on to the last one. Not urgent and not important. Seriously, these are the time waster. But at the same time, you do need a little bit of that sometimes. So this is the time that you just spend mindlessly browsing on the internet, on Facebook, and sometimes, just watching some stupid shows on TV. And yeah, it may help you feel better from time to time, but you don't want to spend more than 5% of your time here. Now again, before you start optimizing anything, you need to understand what's your starting point, where are you coming from, and where do you want to go. With this video, you have received an Excel sheet. Now if you open up the sheet, you have two tabs. One is actually just showing you a graph of your time repartition based on whatever you fill out in the detail section. Now when you get to the detail section, you will see that it's already pre-filled, and you can just evaluate how many hours or minutes you're spending for each one of the items. And just, it doesn't have to be extremely precise. It has to be just an approximation of your time. At the end of the day, you just want to have an idea of where is it today that you're spending your time. I really hope that you do the homework, because it will give you the baseline to start working on optimizing your time and making sure you're spending more time on things that really do matter to you. And you will see that your entire life will change, I promise you. Next time we will start working on what we call the saboteurs, or things that actually slow you down, the limiting beliefs and your pattern that are actually preventing you from achieving the things that you want to do. And those are the things that are actually sort of influencing the way you're